Okay. Let's do this.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Hi and welcome back to my channel. We are going to be doing a Q&A today. About once a month I hop onto Instagram and I just open up a question box and let anybody ask whatever they'd like about my life, and yeah, so then we go on YouTube and just answer those questions for you guys. So it's super fun, Garrett and I really enjoy doing this, and just a better way for you guys to get to know us a little bit more. So let's get started. Okay, first question. Sunset or sunrise?
I'd have to say sunset. Sunrise. I'd have to say sunrise because I like waking up early in the morning, and I normally like go on a little jog, and I normally jog right as the sun's coming up. And here, there's like this little pond that I run by, and the sun is always rising on the other side of. So I think it's really pretty. I think it's pretty.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I would definitely have to say sun. Wait, I said that's a hard one. That's a hard one. But I'd have to say sunset. I think we enjoy sunsets a lot here. We try to make it to the beach whenever we can and just have dinner out and watch the sunset go down, and that has been really special memories for us. So yeah, I think sunset for sure.
Sunsets at the beach are pretty spectacular.
Next question. Favorite thing you have done in Thailand? Like, really think.
Well, like very Thailand-y things that I like are, one is there's this place called the Elephant Jungle Sanctuary, and it's really cool. They have some elephants there, and you can go and you can feed them and bathe them and swim with them, and so that's really cool, and you get to learn a lot about elephants. Elephants are by far my favorite animal, so I think that's like just something that's been like one of my favorite things that I've done. But the other thing is the island tours. Like, those are just stunning. Like, there's not views like that anywhere else in the world, I don't think. Like, it's just beautiful. Like the turquoisey water, crystal clear, the like mountain rocks just coming like out of the water. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that would have to be one of my favorite things too. Just like those island tours. I've never seen anything like it, and it's like 5 minutes away from our house, and so that's always like really cool and kind of trippy. Like, whoa, we live so close to this. Or this is what we're calling home right now. Like, this is so crazy. Yeah, that's probably like the most Thailand thing. Yeah, elephants were cool. I think island tours were a little bit more like magical for me. But giving birth to Millie in Thailand was probably our most favorite thing that we've done.
For sure, by far. That's the best thing that's happened in Thailand.
Having our first child in Thailand, or giving birth to our first child was really special, but then having that happen in Thailand, that was really special.
That's cool.
Next question. Do you still do hair? So yes, I am a licensed cosmetologist in California in the States, and I was working behind the chair taking clients, had a full clientele, working at Haven Salon in Katati. Love you guys. But now I teach full-time, so I'm an educator, so I'm not actively accepting clients, but I still do hair. It just looks a bit different. So next question. Are you raising Millie vegan?
No, we're not. There is a lot of discussion about it, but no.
Yeah. So
in Thailand,
I think I've talked about this a little bit here. I was vegan for a lot of my life, about 9 years. I was plant-based vegan, and during that season of my life, I had talked about raising our kids vegan. Garrett and I were married, dating during that time. But since moving to Thailand, I am no longer plant-based, and I do eat some animal products. And so Millie is not following a vegan plant-based diet. She does eat a lot of whole foods. We really try to like do unprocessed, like whole foods, like have her eat real food.
Eat something besides rice and chicken. Yeah,
so there's a lot of Thai food that's just like rice and chicken. So she does have her fair share of rice and Thai food, but really trying to make it a practice to incorporate more whole foods, just like foods from the earth. So she does eat a lot of plant-based, but she definitely does consume animal products.
I think that was one of the questions, wasn't it? Does Millie eat Thai food? I think that was one of them.
Was
All right.
it?
Yeah.
I forget. I need to see.
But she does. She does eat Thai food.
Yeah,
and
Millie
it's
does.
like
She really likes Thai
she
food.
does. She really likes Thai food. We have this one place that's yellow rice and chicken. She loves it.
I'll be like,
She
me and Millie will
loves it.
split a plate, and as of recently, it's like, we're not splitting food anymore. She just like chows.
She
so.
even likes some spicy food.
Yeah.
There's a soup here that's like pretty spicy for me, and she'll just like chug it.
Yeah, it makes me
So.
nervous, but she likes it.
I like
so. Next question: when is new baby coming? Soon.
Well, guys, we have an announcement for you.
I'm not pregnant.
I wish.
I'm not pregnant. Next question: what brought you guys to Thailand, and how do you and Garrett navigate that decision/transition?
That's a
Wow.
very good question.
That's a very big question.
And a long answer.
Yeah, long answer. I'll try to keep it short, but it is a loaded answer. What brought us to Thailand? The answer is just God's call in our life, and we were obedient in that calling. And so, what would have been like 5 years ago, I visited Thailand on a short trip without Garrett, and I visited my friends who was working for a nonprofit organization for Freedom International, what I currently work for now, and she trying to start a salon to help women who are trafficked or being exploited. And so when I came and visited, I was like, wow, I want to do hair for a bigger purpose, for like a cause. Like, I would love to do this like full time. So I came home from that trip and I told Garrett, I think I got off the plane, I'm like, I think we should move to Thailand. Like, we're moving to Thailand. Like, God's put this burden on my heart to train these women, to offer them a better career and things like this. And Garrett was in church ministry and he was doing youth ministry, and he's like, no, this is where God has us. Like, we're not moving to Thailand. Like, we're not leaving America. And it was probably a year-long conversation where every day I'm just like, I feel like Thailand, like God's just like, giving me this burden to go and help Thai people. And Garrett did not have that burden, and the Lord did not place that on his heart at the time. And so probably a year, and a year went by, and Garrett came to me one day, and he knew if he was going to say these words, like, I knew it was serious to him. It wasn't just this like idea, but he just came to me one day. He's like, I've been thinking about Thailand, like the Lord's put Thailand on my heart. And I was just like, we're moving, it's done, like let's go. So long story short, like 4 or 5 months later, we moved to Thailand.
Yeah.
So that's our story of how we got here. And the Lord has done so much crazy work since we've been here. And a lot of work since we've been here, and our lives look a lot different than when we first moved here. But
and that transition was hard.
It says,
go
how
ahead.
did you navigate that decision/transition? You want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, that decision was a tough decision. Like Claire said, I was definitely not wanting to leave, not even just America. I didn't want to leave our like little hometown. I loved our hometown. I loved our family was all lived in this one town. And we grew up there, and I was doing ministry there, and I loved it. I didn't think we were going anywhere else. And so it was a tough decision to navigate because Claire was so sure that God had placed it on her heart to move to Thailand.
I don't know if I've ever been so sure of something in my life.
Yeah. And it was clear to me that you really felt that as well. So it was hard for me to not have that call, not feeling like I was supposed to go, but God's calling her. So there was just a really weird decision to navigate. But when God softened my heart and we decided, okay, yes, this is where God's calling us, we're going to go. I didn't even know what I was going to do at that point. Like, we had decided, yes, we're going, and Claire knew what she was going to do, and I was just kind of coming along for the ride. Like, I had no sense of what I might do. And then, a few people got me on a phone call with one of the pastors here for an international church, and the rest is history. I came and started doing church ministry there. He's now gone, and now I'm the lead pastor of that church. So, but it's been so cool.
Again, our lives are so different than when we first moved here.
Oh my word,
our roles and
life's been so different. But God's been so good through the whole thing and helped us to navigate that decision and transition. And so I feel like we've transitioned to Thailand really well. It feels home. It just feels it feels like home to us now. So I think God's done a good job of helping us transition to here. So.
Yeah, that was a great question though.
Very
Hopefully
good
that
question.
answers it. Okay, next question. What is your favorite pic of Garrett? I'll put it.
Pic? Oh,
Yeah.
like picture of Garrett.
What's my favorite picture of Garrett? I'll put it right here.
Right?
Next question.
Can we be one of those people?
I'll put it right here.
It'll be right there.
Okay, next question is, why do you guys live in Thailand? And this kind of goes back to the what brought you guys to Thailand, but maybe we can just share our roles and what we're doing here in Thailand.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
I work for a nonprofit organization called For Freedom International, and they work in some anti-trafficking work here in Thailand. And I specifically help run their vocational training programs. And we have a bakery program and a hair salon program, and I teach the hair salon program. So I teach women a 10-month program who have been exploited, trafficked, at risk of exploitation. I teach them a trade in learning hair design, and so that's what I do here in Phuket, Thailand, and then I also raise Millie with all my extra time.
Yeah, and I am a pastor of a international church. So this is an island where there's anywhere, depending on the time of the year, anywhere from like 60,000 to 100,000 English-speaking foreigners living on this tiny little island in Southeast Asia. And so there was an international church planted here to be able to give people an opportunity to encounter Christ here in Phuket. And so our church is specifically trying to reach that international community with the gospel. So that's why I'm here. I'm pastoring a church that is doing that. And then I'm also a dad and husband.
Yeah, we just like work these jobs and then like play hot potato with Millie.
That's right.
Like,
for sure.
You get her, no, I'll get her, and then watch this, then I'll go do this. Like, that's our life.
So, really, why are we here? Because God wanted us to be here to do these different ministries. That's why we're here.
Yep. Next question. When are you having another baby? Y'all are really wanting that second baby.
See that. And we can make it happen for you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, next question. These are a few questions that I got COVID related. So I read COVID is spiking in Thailand. How are you guys keeping safe? How has it been in your part of Thailand lately regarding COVID-19? Another question, does it impact the training program? So specifically my job, but how has it also impacted the church and Garrett's job? So maybe we could talk about COVID a little bit and what's it like in Thailand.
We have to talk about COVID. We have to.
The government officials are trying their best to limit the spread of COVID-19, and we see that in many areas such as social distancing, meeting outdoors. We have certain rules in place.
Restrictions.
Restrictions and things, and so they are trying their hardest. And then we have a side that is called Sandbox, and maybe some of you have heard of that, and that is if you are an individual who is vaccinated, you are able to fly into Thailand and you can stay in a registered, it's a safe hotel for 2 weeks. So you have to stay in the hotel for 2 weeks. You have to sleep there, but you are able to leave throughout the day and go to beaches and restaurants and things like that. So that is available only for vaccinated individuals. But yeah, that's a way that we have been able to have a lot more tourists here on the island. So I'm thankful for in that sense for the economy here in Phuket has really suffered during these COVID times, just like so many places throughout the world. So having a little bit more tourists here, and it's been quite popular. Yeah,
a lot of people are using it, which is good because most of the island of Phuket, I don't know about all of Thailand, but specifically our island is their economy is built on tourism. And so when tourism went away, it got wrecked. But here it's different than in the West, where your economy gets wrecked, but most individuals are okay. Here, there's so many people in poverty living in really, really rough conditions. And so the economy here has put people's lives in jeopardy as well. And so there's this weird balance with the government trying to figure out how to not let COVID take lives, but then also how to not take people's lives from having the economy shut down so much. So it's been a tough.
Yeah, the island's been pretty quiet since COVID. So it's fun to see it. Yeah, starting to see it ramp up, but also cases are spiking. So I think they're just trying to understand and weigh, like Garrett was saying, like the pros and cons. So that's kind of the update on COVID-19 here on the island, and how has it affected our jobs particularly. Yeah, it's affected my job quite a bit. So it is a 10-month training program that I lead, and 5 months of that is training, 5 months of that is hands-on. So the later part of our program, we take clients and it's student performed services, so haircuts, color, services like that, shampoo, blow dries, wedding styles. And so that's very hands-on. And so we just need to be careful about our interactions with people and trying to socially distance and make sure that we don't have any positive COVID cases in our organization. And if anyone's feeling sick, then we need to make sure that they stay. And if anyone has any symptoms, that they need to quarantine at their house for 10 days. So some of those things have set us back. And there's been certain lockdowns here where it's prohibited us from meeting together to continue the training program. So it seems like we'll have training for a few months and then we'll have to do a lockdown or something for a few weeks, or somebody feels sick and we need to take a break for a few days or something like that. So it's just a little rocky of times, but we're happy to be open and still being able to train these students. But the conditions and situation just looks a little bit different. But as of now, we are continuing to train, and we have 2 more months left of the program. So we're really just trying to finish strong and hoping that COVID cases don't spike up too much. So that's for Freedom International and how it's affecting my work. Yeah, and the church is dealing with COVID just like every other church is dealing with COVID. Yeah. And what we've decided to do is to be able to open up homes spread throughout the island so that people can meet in smaller numbers, because there's a restriction here keeping us to a certain number, which our church would exceed. So people are just meeting in these like little small groups, which has actually been kind of cool. It feels more like the New Testament church. So that's what we're doing, and it's been working so far. It's been okay. So not too bad. Yeah. Another question regarding COVID is, I hear it's COVID spiking in Thailand. What are you guys doing to keep safe? We are people, individuals who are probably going to be on the side of not fearing something that we believe is an issue, and it is a problem, and it is a sickness, and people are being hospitalized and things like that. But I mean, dying, it's affected a lot of people. Yeah, but we're people who try our best to not be scared and not fearful of things, and so we're taking the normal precautions. You need to social distance, wear a mask, and things like that. So definitely following the government protocols here in Thailand, and just doing our best to not meet in large groups and things like that. So that's what we're doing to stay safe and healthy. Pump that vitamin C, baby. Yeah, pump that vitamin C, the zinc, magnesium, getting lots of vitamin D outside, exposing ourselves to healthy germs and things like that. Yeah. So. Wait, can I say one more thing? Yeah. We're also trying our best to eat healthy and exercise, and like you said, be out in the sun. And I feel like there's been a movement recently where there's been less talk about that as one of the ways that you can keep yourself from getting COVID or being really affected by COVID if you get it. And there seems to be a lot of push for just medicine, and I'm not saying medicine's bad, but there's like less talk about eating healthy, like and exercising and being a healthy person. Make sure you're getting in the sun and things like that, and making sure so anyway, so I just wanted to say that that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to eat healthy. Okay, next question. Next question is hair goals. What are easy and cute ways to keep your hair fresh and healthy? Just cut it really short. Just buzz it, just like this, and then it's healthy as it can be. Healthy as can be. Along the same lines as someone else said, like your hair is perfect. Any tips for easy hairstyles before work? So my hair is definitely not perfect. It's gotten quite dry since living here. It's perfect. Look at it. Okay, let me share. Don't have access to such nice quality high-end hair products that I definitely miss. So when I go back to the States, I try to stock up. But my hair is definitely dry, and I'm not gonna blame Thailand. I'm gonna blame, I definitely trash it a lot more since living here. I go in the ocean a lot. I'm a little rough on my hair since being here. So it's quite dry since moving here. And it is, like, I will blame Thailand on the sense that it's really, what?
It's gorgeous. It's stunning.
It's like crazy frizzy. Like even now, like I just like caked like.
Did you use
like
my gel again?
Yeah, I like use Garrett's like pomade or whatever. But it's like if I step outside, it will be frizzy out to here. Like I can't keep a blowout or curls or anything. So, I like to stay inside with the AC if I want my hair to look somewhat decent. But what are easy hairstyles before work? I mean, I'm
just saying, this is an easy hairstyle before work. This is a good one.
I don't think,
just
Daphne's wanting to buzz her hair, okay?
Daphne, I'm just saying.
Okay, so I find that if I wash my hair and blow it out straight or whatever, just like that smooth blowout, my styles will last longer. So putting in a nice like blowout cream or styling cream and putting in a nice hair oil and a detangler will set my hair. Are you laughing?
No, I'm not.
Will set my hair up to last me like 4 days, and I can like interchange styles and things like that. If I just let it dry naturally, which it's quite frizzy and curly, it's harder for me to get lots of wears out of it before I wash it next. So I feel like having a really good blowout helps me, and I just like do it to myself at home. That sets me up for better hairstyles, and I love braids and buns and things like that. So nothing too crazy, about my hair. I don't know.
I like your hair when you let it dry naturally and it's nice and curly. I think it's beautiful. I think that's a good style. You could just let that sucker be natural and go to work.
Okay, moving on. Next question.
Let it flow in the wind as you drive on your moto. Favorite Thai food?
Okay, another question is favorite Thai restaurant, favorite Thai food. So, what's yours?
Ooh.
Wait,
I wonder if my food is at the same... favorite food is at my favorite restaurant? Is that a thing?
I love any rice and curry, so that's called like a cow gang place. I love those places. They're super cheap, super tasty, very spicy. And then I'm a noodle girl. So here it's like you can be into rice, eat rice at every meal, or you can have noodles. And I definitely, some of my favorite foods are like fermented rice noodles or soups, which is made with rice noodles. So I am a noodle girl. I love soups, which is like kway. Those are my favorites.
Those are really good. Tom yum. Those are really good.
So,
wow, that is
so soups and rice and curry are definitely my faves. What's your favorite?
I think my favorite Thai dish is a dish called khao mok gai, which is yellow rice and chicken. Super good. Delicious.
It's really tasty. I'll put a picture here and you guys can drool over it.
Yeah, it's really good. And then I'd say my favorite restaurant here in Phuket is probably Ajahn. Like Thai food restaurant. Ajahn. They just have really good food.
Yeah, if you're ever in
curry is
Phuket,
really good.
You have to check out the restaurant Ajahn. It's amazing. Super tasty. Okay, another question is, can you share more recipes on your website? For those who don't know, I have a website. I will post it right here. It's also in the description below, and I share free recipes here. I love getting in the kitchen, experimenting, and making yummy food, and sometimes I share those recipes with you guys. So there's a few videos on my channel that share just me in the kitchen and sharing the recipe with you, so you can check that out. This question is, can you share more? I will try. You guys just need to show me some love.
Yeah, go, guys, swipe those recipes. Claire makes delicious food, and you're going to want to make it and eat it. So do it.
Next, this is going to be the last question, and it is not a question, but it says, I love you, and thank you so much for the love, and I just want to bounce this back at you guys and just say, love you guys, and I am so thankful for the support on this channel, and it means so much, and this has been so fun, Garrett and I just answering these Q&As, and so maybe we'll do it again next month if you guys are enjoying them. Please like this video if you would like to see more content from us, from me. If you would like to see more of our life here on this island in Phuket, Thank you so much. Please subscribe and follow for more videos. See you guys next week. Little heart.
Little heart.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome, babe.